a bigger part in this solution as well.
Stuart McMillan, to be followed by Liz Smith.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The announced investment in improving bus services is very welcome as part of a wider package to reduce the emissions across all modes of transport. But could the First Minister set out in further detail her government's plans for greener travel by the likes of car, rail and also air?
First Minister.
Well, we've got to take action to reduce emissions across all modes of travel. Patrick Harvey was right to say emissions from transport, they're about a third of our total emissions. They have been increasing. In car travel, the biggest thing we have done is set that ambitious target of 2032 for phasing out diesel and petrol cars. We have already invested a lot in a charging network. The partnership we announced with the power companies last week will be vital in making sure that we can accelerate that progress, but also make sure that the electricity grid infrastructure there is there to support the network, and we're making more money available for people to buy cars that are electric or ultra-low emission. And one of the big differences probably wasn't particularly caught in what I said in my statement. We're extending those loans to cover second-hand low-emission cars for the first time, so people don't have to buy new ones. On the bus service, in my answer to Bruce Crawford, I set out the capital investment around buses. We also need to see greater investment in low-emission buses, and there is a role for the Scottish National Investment Bank there. And in air travel, of course, we want to encourage people not to use air travel when there are better alternatives, but sometimes that is not the case, and therefore I do slightly take issue with Patrick Harvey that it is not. I think it is right to focus on how we get different technology to reduce emissions from aviation. So right across the spectrum here, all of these actions are about reducing emissions from transport, because if we don't do that, we won't meet our overall targets, and that won't be acceptable to us or to anybody else.
Liz Smith.